Check.
With advertising action that just couldn't be beaten. They tell me this one will keep on moving out of the stores well into the future.
Let's get that monitor going here. All right, welcome into the podcast. I'm just testing some things out here visually. This is kind of a test podcast, so if you're popping in, trying things out, I just want to let you know this is the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast, into everything kind of lo-fi based, lo-fi hip-hop, lo-fi chill beats, jazz hop, wide range of stuff. Lo-fi doesn't only mean chill beats, but, we're going to test this thing out. I've been hearing some bzzz and pops and whatever. There goes another one. There goes a couple more. So if you are somebody out there that knows a lot about this stuff, and you know right away what's going on, you can let me know. But I'm just testing stuff out. This is actually going to be episode 39. So there are a lot of episodes. If you've never checked out the podcast before, go look up Pickles and Beats on your favorite platform, or just anchor.fm/Pickles and Beats, as you can see at the bottom of the screen down there. And you can give likes, shares, and follows that way too. So check it out, and we're going to see what this sounds like. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a kickoff to the podcast, as I would normally do when I'm recording it myself privately. So let's see how this goes. Ready or not, here we come, I guess, huh? Welcome into the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast. This is episode number 39, and we're going to be doing some more fresh pickles, so welcome in. This is Wednesday, July 20th, for those that are following along on the day-to-day episodes and sticking with us day-to-day. If this is brand new for you, I appreciate you popping in. Testing this one out here a little bit, so if things sound a little funky or something pops and whatever, or buzzes here or there, I'm trying to simultaneously record the podcast while live streaming it. So for those of you that like to follow along on Twitch or YouTube, that's where the Pickles and Beats podcast will be live streaming. Still working out at specific time, so I can always let you know come at this time every single time, but my schedule gets kind of hectic from day to day, month to month, quarter to quarter of the year, being a full-time school teacher. And so summertime makes it a little easier and flexible, but things might change, and who knows. I've been having some technical difficulties, so this might not work out at all, but we're going to give it a shot. And I appreciate you taking a little bit of a ride along with me here. But if you want to follow, you can go to twitch.tv/Pickles and Beats, or just go to the regular website that I tell you about all the time, anchor.fm/Pickles and Beats, and that's our homepage. You can find a link to all your favorite platforms from there, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to music. But then also the social medias, the Instagrams, the TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. I'm probably forgetting a couple out there either, but obviously Twitch and YouTube as well. So, but appreciate you. If you listen to the last episode, 38, it was fresh pickles, and we were just kind of focused on any kind of new releases that were going on. And I had so many on my list that I was like, I need to do a part 2, and I talked about that last episode that I might have to do a part 2. And so I decided I'm gonna go with more fresh pickles is what this episode is called. And so we're gonna go from there. So let's jump into the very first track. I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm a big fan of this producer, Mayuek, Mayaewk, French producer. I played his beats on here quite a bit, so if you've listened to the podcast, I'm sure you've heard a lot of his stuff. But this track is called Rain, and it's a new release, and I think most people in the Northern Hemisphere could go for a little bit of rain right now with the scorching temperatures in Europe and the UK, as well as here in the United States. We're getting some pretty high temperatures as well. Not quite as bad as the UK, and because of the infrastructure and whatnot, but we're going to use Mayuek's song Rain here as a little bit of a rain dance for everybody. So let's give it a listen, and we'll talk about it on the other side, right here on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast, episode number 39, More Fresh Pickles. right. Gotta make sure I get my monitor back on. All right, that was my Uick. Whoop, whoop. This is a double echo here. Like I said, you might hear some weird stuff. Excuse me. You might hear some weird stuff going on in this episode. So I'm trying to again try a few new things, and it might work, it might work out. But we're trying it out, and we'll see how that works. Let's see here. I feel like I'm getting a double. Something. Still getting some funkies. Check. Check. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Is that, something's giving me the echo. Where is the... Ooh. Check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Still a little funky. Check. Check. Oh man. Check. Check. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So no monitor. Check, check. Oh, here we go. Check, check, check. Check 1 2. That. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Welcome into the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast. This is episode number 39, and we're going to be doing some more fresh pickles, so welcome in. This is Wednesday, July 20th, for those that are following along on the day-to-day episodes and sticking with us day-to-day. If this is brand new for you, I appreciate you popping in. Testing this one out here a little bit, so if things sound a little funky or something pops and whatever, or buzzes here or there, I'm trying to simultaneously record the podcast while live streaming it. So for those of you that like to follow along on Twitch or YouTube, that's where, who knows, I had so many on my list that I was like, I talked about the UK as well as for everybody. So let's get episode number 39, more fresh pickles. All right. Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast, episode number 39, more fresh pickles. All right, we are set to go. Why can't I hear anything? Check, check, check. Just because I'm pressing the record button. Check, 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 check. What? What happened? Check, check. The fuck? It's funny. Testing things out here. Testing things out here. Check, check, check. I don't. What happened? Check. I heard there. I'm not hearing it anymore though. Over here on my monitor. I heard there. I'm not. Oh. Headphones. Wrong headphones. It's going to be a juggling act here. It's like a comedy show at this point. You guys are probably watching, like, who's on first, second? Anybody out there is watching this? It's a mess. So normally, for those watching behind the scenes, normally I, get it all in one cut, honestly. But, every once in a while I got to chop in. But this time I'm going to save that intro because I do actually like it. I'll keep it. And I'm going to start with Mayuk again, play his track without any kind of craziness going on, and make sure we're good to go. That's kind of how that's going to go. I guess I'm not going to be able to mute any of me here at this moment. So we might just have to go that route. Check. Track there is called Rain by Mayuk, of course, and you're listening right here to the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast. This is once again episode number 39, more fresh pickles, and I've always been a big fan of Mayuk's in general. Everything about kind of like the just the aesthetic vibe that he puts out overall really is kind of where it's at, but the sampling technique and all the different kind of samplers that he likes to use. It's the 404, the MPC, kind of wide range of different things that he likes to use. But anyway, we're going to jump into the next track here. It's a collaborative piece between Odyssey and Gats to Gats, G-A-T-Z, the number 2 Gats. Again, Gats to Gats. And the track's called Where Am I? So let's give that a listen and we'll talk about it on the other side. Check it out. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 2. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 2. That he likes to use it's the 404, the MPC course, and you're listening right here to the Pickles and Beats Lofi podcast. This is once again episode number 39. More fresh pickles and side. Check it out. Other side. Check it out. Check, 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 check. I'm just not getting much monitored. I need to hear more monitor when I'm doing this. Check, checkity, 1, 2. This is going to be so hot. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, but I feel like this is still not where it needs to be. I wish I could hear this too. One, two, three. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll find something. Talk about it on the other side. Check it out. I'm going to have to play that track one more time too. But I think we're good after that, and we'll make it through the rest of the episode. We'll see. If all goes well. It's Odyssey and Gats to Gats with the track called Where Am I? Right here on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast. Once again, this is episode number 39, and this is more fresh pickles. Again, if you listened last week, I've said that twice now. If you listened just last episode, which was just a couple days ago, if you've been following day to day, episode 38 was fresh pickles, and it's all dedicated or centered around a focus of new releases that are going on right now. And I even had a release on there, which was kind of fun last week, Alone Away. I mentioned, just a reminder out there for anybody that listens frequently. Cool. Otherwise, if you're new, my name is Chris, producer. The New and the You, which is my name, or producer name. And, you can look me up on all platforms just as easily as you can, Pickles and Beats. Remember, Pickles and Beats is not just a label, but just a podcast, but it is also a label. There's releases coming out. We haven't had a release in a little bit here, but we got some scheduled to be coming out soon. And, just looking forward to that. So you can go to anchor.fm/Pickles and Beats to join in on the podcast in any way, whether that's a text message, a voicemail, or there's poll questions up. Find links to your, again, favorite platforms, as I've mentioned. But, it's all fun, and I appreciate those that have been here along the way listening and joining in and helping us out. So thank you so much. But let's jump into another new track. This is all new stuff, and I'm super excited to share it and join and talk about it. That track Odyssey's been on. I love featuring Odyssey's music. Odyssey is an amazing producer for the lo-fi community, and, very, very cool beat. But let's jump into another one. It's called Still Got It, and it's a collaborative piece between Nokia and Donuts. I think I've even featured something off of this album art. Looks really familiar, and I think I've featured some of this stuff before. But this is actually a new release. So Nokia and Donuts is a DEAUXNUTS, Donuts. The track's called Still Got It. So let's listen, and we'll break it down on the backside. Right here again on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast, episode 39, more fresh pickles. New beats. Such a cool beat. Nokia and Donuts, Still Got It. Right here on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi podcast, episode number 39. More fresh pickles. So these are brand new beats. You can find them on all major platforms as well. Once again, Nokia with two A's, Nokiaa, and Donuts, DEAUXNUTS. Still Got It. Very, very cool beat. I love the little collab touches in there. Very heavy boom bap feel. It's just a head bobber overall. Just can't deny that track for sure. This next one we're going to jump into. I think it's, again, speaks to where a lot of people are probably feeling right now in this super hot summer heat. But the track is called Flames, and it's a track by Stan Forby. I believe, again, I've featured some Stan Forby stuff on here before. Again, a really cool lo-fi producer. Been a fan for a while. I've listened for a while. I don't know how much I've featured on the podcast, but this one just was speaking to me today, as it was 90 degrees here yesterday, 92. I think some people in other parts of the country or other parts of the world are over 100 degrees easy and would beg for the 90-degree weather, but I'm dying here, so I just figured I'd whine about it a little bit. So let's give it a listen and talk about it on either side. Once again, this is Flames from Stan Forby on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi Podcast, episode 39, Fresh Pickles, brand new beats. Let's check it out. Wow. So many cool sounds in there. Once again, that's Stan Forby with the track called Flames right here on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi Podcast. This is episode 39. Fresh pickles. More fresh pickles. The last two episodes here. This last one from episode 38 and now 39. All brand new releases that have come out within the past week or two. And man, that one's got so many layers of complexity in there. Without a doubt, I love it. I love the whether that's a synthesizer that's bringing that stuff in, or you're ramping it up, right? Or the little kalimba background stuff that kind of fades in and out with. The drums overall are just really just that steady, meditative groove. I dig it a lot. So great job, Stan Forby, Flames. Couldn't help but bring that in. I just wanted to point out again, a lot of these tracks and beats that I find, it's whether it's on the release radars through Spotify or Apple Music, or new things that I find as I'm just searching around or listening to other playlists, or people that even send me stuff. So you can reach out again at anchor.fm/picklesandbeats to find the main website and get to all your platforms, whatever it is, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You can reach out to me on any of those. I'll find them all. And send me beats if you want me to listen and put them on the podcast. I definitely always love to get feedback. But a lot of the times I just kind of find what I listen within the first 30 seconds. If it stands out to me, I throw it on a playlist. You can find it on Spotify. It's the Pickles and Beats daily playlist. You can see kind of how I go through that process. And then I put it into the, when I get on the podcast itself, I'll play the whole track out. And I like to, give it a little bit of I like to have that first, kind of first impression of the beat rather than listening to it and critiquing it before I ever even put it on the podcast. I like to just get a brief listen and go, yeah, this would probably fit somewhere. And I'll put it on the playlist. And, if it needs to be real organized, whether that's, this is dominantly saxophone, so I'll do a saxophone playlist or podcast or a guitar podcast or Rhodes podcast. I do that. But, most of the time it's just I get a brief listen and then I get on the podcast here and just let it go. So let's do that again right now. Once again, I'm your host, Chris, producer, the new and the used. You can look me up on all the platforms as well as Pickles and Beats on all major platforms. And this next track is called Wanne, I believe, W-A-N-N-E, Wanne. And it's the producer's name is Hanses, H-A-N-S-E-S. And it's from a release that's called, I gotta find it here again. My bad. Give me one moment. Waiting. Loading. It's a release called Uncooked Beats. And it's kind of a collaboration. It's probably 8 to 10 different artists on here. I'm not sure who I want to give proper credit where credit's due on who put the album out. Like if it's one label, but there's no label listing on it. It's just called Uncooked Beats, B-E-E-T-S, and it's got a picture of a beat on it, and just lots of different producers. But Hanses, this track here stood out to me the most, Wanne, and we're going to listen to it and break it down on the other side. So check this out, Pickles and Beats, Lofi Podcast, episode 39, and Wanne by Hanses. Check it out. That's Wanne, W-A-N-N-E, by the producer Hanses, right here on the Pickles and Beats Lo-Fi Podcast, episode number 39. And this episode was more fresh pickles. And, it was all dedicated to just all these new releases that have been going on. I think people just have a kind of an influx of stuff they've been wanting to release, and maybe are we just putting it out this summer, or summertime's a good time to release it, or it's just a vibe going on right now. People are ready to release, but lots of new releases. The last episode, 38 and now 39, has all been fresh pickles, and we'll see what we got something special cooked up for the next episode. But again, if you're out there listening right now, and this episode has sounded funky, or it was kind of wonky, or there's pops or buzzes or things like that, I've been trying something new this episode, and I might not keep it. I'm just, especially if there's some issues, but trying to do a live stream on Twitch and YouTube while getting the podcast recorded. I know it's definitely doable, but it's new for me. I'm a new person doing this. I've been doing the past 38 episodes all straight audio and no real visual, and so I'm trying to incorporate that whole other awesome world into what potential possibilities there could be. So I'm going to check it out and play with it a little bit. Your feedback is always appreciated. You can go to anchor.fm/pickles and beats to provide any kind of feedback or even support if you're an expert in this kind of thing. But I'm just having fun experimenting and taking my time and making the best of it. So I appreciate you for listening. If this is your first time out, please come back. It won't always sound like this if it's funky. If nothing sounds funky and things sound normal, then ignore everything I'm saying. That's awesome. Double thumbs up here. But anyway, if you've been here every time and coming back regularly, I really do appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And, I hope you have an awesome day, afternoon, weekend, whatever it is, whenever you're listening. That's the cool part about podcasts. You never know when your listener could be out there listening. But, I hope you're having a great evening, afternoon, month, summer, whatever it is. And we'll talk to you soon. Take it easy. Peace. Keep it lo-fi. All right, out there in the Twitch and YouTube world, if you're watching the podcast live, this is kind of your little behind-the-scenes cook-up. Put my little outro music on here. Post-production work. Make sure it all flows the way it needs to. And voila, we got it. I think we're ready to go. Cool. So, again, out there, if you're watching the podcast fold here on this new Twitch, YouTube world that I'm trying out, I appreciate you for kind of struggling along with me. But that's the fun part about being a part of a early creation. You should get to be here from day one. So feedback is always appreciated. As you can see below, anchor.fm/pickles and beats, or you can just go to the bio there and find your link to the other links to your favorite platforms. But I'm going to play some songs on the way out and hopefully talk to y'all soon. Peace. Thanks.